how to calculate cash flow in real estate. And this is a formula you need to know because it's the very formula that's going to set you financially free. And if that freedom is important to you, you're going to want to write this down. It's my quick and dirty math cash flow calculation. And what it's going to do, it's going to put you in the ballpark to determine your true cash flow number. And it'll do it in less than a minute, even if you're terrible at math. Now, if you've ever looked at a property and you just kind of wondered if it would cash flow, well, after this video, you'll never wonder again. So I'm going to break down everything you need to know really quickly on how to determine whether that next investment is going to produce that escape the rat race cash flow that we all want. You ready? So step one is you want to determine the property's income. And obviously, it's going to consist mostly of rent. But you also want to consider, do you charge for utilities? Do you charge for appliances? Do you charge for storage? Maybe you charge for pets. We charge for pet rent or parking, cable, furniture. There are a number of things that you can add to your property to increase its income. The next thing you want to do is deduct the expenses. And that could be your utilities. It's taxes, it's insurance, it's the property maintenance, it's the property, you have to calculate the vacancies. Are you having the property managed? All of those things add up to being your expenses. And what this is going to give you is your net operating income. But it's not complete until you also subtract its debt service. You have to subtract your debt payments. So do you have a loan on the property? How much do you pay a month? That's the number that's going to go here. And then after you've added all that up, what you're left with is what we call your cash flow, or your cash after debt service. Now, before I explain to you how I actually use this in real life, if this calculation is already kind of clearing things up for you, let me know by clicking the like button. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because I post creative money-making ideas like this each and every week, and you don't want to miss it. And as I'm laying out this example, it actually reminds me of how I used to do it. When I would come across a nice property, I would go ahead and I'd calculate the income. I would analyze in detail every possible revenue stream I could create from that property. And then I would go and look at all the different types of money that was available to me, what the cost of that money would be so I could acquire this property, and I'd come up with a bunch of different scenarios of debt. So I had like 3 or 4 different calculations for each property. And the problem there was, by the time I decided whether it was a good deal or not and something I wanted to move forward on, some other buyer came in and stole the property from me. And there, I'm left with nothing after having done all of this work. So now what I do is I've got my own quick and dirty math formula, and it looks like this. I'll go ahead and I'll start with the income, and then I'll multiply it by 60%. And what that 60% is, really I'm subtracting 40% from the gross income to allocate for my expenses. And it's just a quick and dirty math formula, right? But over time, it has proven to be fairly accurate. And then from there, I'll go ahead and just minus a basic debt payment that I could expect to get. And that's going to equal my cash after debt service, at least my pre-contract cash after debt service. So now no one is coming along and stealing those properties from me. I can make my decision just like that, whether it's worthy of me putting my time, effort, and energy into it. So I'll go ahead and I'll submit the offer, and if the offer gets accepted, fantastic. Now I'm in contract. The seller is stuck with me until I decide he's not. And so what that allows me to do is to go in and actually fine-tune, sharpen my pencil, and now take this general allocation that I put 40% down here for. I can go in and really kind of get the details there. And then I can go and look and see if there's additional income streams that I can create. But now I can do that without the fear of me losing this property. And that's proven to be a far better strategy for me, a far better use of my time. And if it turns out I was wrong and I was off, you know what the contract allows me to do? It allows me to cancel with no penalty. That's what the contract allows you to do. It gives you, the buyer, the opportunity to conduct your inspections, to decide whether that's a deal for you to follow through or not. The contract gives that to you, so you might as well use it. So if you're really serious about your cash flow and maybe you don't want to do all of that work, or you don't have the time to do that work, but you really want the cash flow, it might make sense for you to head over to cashflowsavvy.com and download our free investor package. And what that's going to do after you download that and you look through it, you'll have the opportunity to book a time with Mercedes, where she'll go ahead and she'll hop on the phone with you to brainstorm some ideas about what would be the best options for you and what the best markets would be, what the best financing would be. She'll take care of all of it for you. She's going to go find the property for you. She's going to fix it up. She's going to put a tenant in place. She's going to arrange the financing. She's going to arrange the property management and hand it to you on a silver platter, so you get this. your cash after debt service, your cash flow. So what'd you find most useful? Share with me in the comments below. Who else wants to see this? When their name comes to mind, please share it with them. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.